Kept you waiting, huh?
Finally, I've come back to talk about a new Gong-gi set. But real quick, I've seen the interactions on the previous Gong-gi videos I've done. You know, I've seen the views, I've seen the likes, the comments, the subs. Hey man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate y'all giving your boy some time. Even the ones out there that probably watched like 2 seconds and then clicked right off of it. You know, I appreciate you too. You know, I'm an old man. You know, sorry for the wait, but you know, life happens and everything. Back in the day, in my younger years, your boy tried to make a run and being a little content creator and stuff like that, but it just didn't take, you know? So now, this right here, man, we do this for fun, okay? So yeah, appreciate y'all. Sorry for the wait again, but with that out of the way, let's get into it. You see that container right there with the pieces all laid out nicely? You like that? Yeah, looks good, don't it? $100. That's right, you heard me correctly. $10 for 10 pieces. Made by Lenith, at least that's what it says for the brand. I'm kind of confused by it because when you look on the container, I mean, although there is a lot of different foreign languages on there, I don't see Lenith anywhere. All right, so I'm kind of like losing track of how Amazon works as far as like brands and stuff like that. But anyway, 10 pieces for $10. Okay, multicolored, military grade interlock design. Got the little container for playing on the go. It can fit in your pocket. Me personally, I put it in my book bag on the go. So if you got like a bag or a purse or a fanny pack or something like that, that works. But you know, if you want to carry in your pocket, you can. That's a steal, people. And then the size. Look at the size of these pieces, dog. Look how they sit in my big, meaty American hands. They're huge. Huge. Okay? And I love it. Same size as dice. Okay? And with that being one of the first set that I messed around with when I first got into the world of Gong-gi, like this is great. This is like being at home when I hold these in my hand. Got a little weight to them, a little bit. Got the little balls inside, which according to the description, those are the Koreans call them luck. So you got little lucky balls in there for nice little weight distribution and stuff. So when you're shooting them on the ground, they're not like scattering about everywhere like all the weightless pieces of replicas and stuff that are out there. So good. It's great. Love it. Love the size though. I am completely sold on the size of these things. Now, if you're sitting there and if you were paying attention to the intro of this video, you'll see that your boy is completing all the stages, you know, all damn near effortlessly. You know, I feel like I got like complete control over these things most of the time, okay? And if you're wondering, yo, why ain't you throwing a party right now, dog? Like you just kind of like did that whole thing and completed it and was just calm as a cucumber. You know, I figured, you know, with all the past videos where you've always been like one piece shy of completing all the stages, I feel like you should have been throwing a party or something. Hey man, that ain't the first time I've completed all the stages. It's just that they've happened off camera. That what you saw there in the intro, that was the first time I was able to catch it on camera. So I'm sorry, y'all missed the party that I threw. It was glamorous when I first did it, okay? So now, I mean, like I still get excited when I complete the whole thing, but I'm just saying, my bad. So now if you're sitting there wondering like, damn dog, did you do it? Did you find the perfect set? Like is the quest done? Is it completed? Is this what we all getting now?
How about no?
There are some gripes. Okay, first off, when I first got these delivered and I opened up the container and set my eyes upon them, the look of it did not match the picture that I got sold on. You know, in that picture, they're all glossy. It looks like a thick type of plastic material. You know what I'm saying? It looks like military grade reinforced looking in that picture. Okay, you get this one and you look close enough at some of the pieces, you can kind of see a little bit of openings every now and then where it's like, yeah, I don't know how this is gonna hold up with my style of play. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a little rough. You know, I'll admit I'm a little rough with it. All right, and I'm working on a video right now where I show like my technique, like how to play the game and like my technique and stuff and how I get through the stages. But that's down a ways. You know, I'm still working on that. But like, man, that plastic just did not sell me, dog. It didn't look sexy. And then on top of that, it's sharp. Like those little edges and the little corners there, them bitches is sharp. Okay, not enough to where it's gonna draw blood and have you bleed out and everything. But it's sharp enough to where it kind of like throws my rhythm off just a little bit. You know, like have you ever like stubbed your toe on the corner of a couch, but you got shoes on so it doesn't hurt? So when you do it, you know, by reaction you go ow, but then at the same time you're like, oh wait, that didn't hurt. I got a shoe on. That's how it is with this. Like every now and then when I grab them, I get like that little point that'll poke into my hand or my finger or something like that, and I'm like, ooh. You know, and it's just enough to like kind of throw me off a little bit to where I gotta like power through that. So like the edges is sharp, the little corners is sharp and pointy. And in that moment, that's when I realized, okay, like maybe this is why a lot of the different sets that I see usually go with that material where it's like that rubber, that little like slippery rubber type of material. You know, like the lounge pieces, I feel like this is why they probably go with that, because it is a little easier on the skin, you know what I'm saying? And it's probably a lot more durable, you know, it's got a little bit more of a buoyance to it, you know, it can probably like take the force of, you know, dropping onto the ground or getting slammed onto the ground and stuff like that, you know? So I feel like that's probably why a lot of those different sets that I see usually go with that design over sets like these that have like the different types of plastic and stuff like that, you know. Like I even had to do my own endurance test, because I was like, okay, we need to test this out, because endurance is important for this type of game. Okay, now you may think that I went a little excessive with the height at which I dropped these from, but I feel like it's necessary. Like when we're talking about a game where you gotta toss a piece in the air, and there's always gonna be like that time where a piece just does not make it into your hand and slams onto the floor, or when we're talking about that fourth stage where you gotta slam all four to the ground so you can keep them together as best as you can to make them easier to pick up, I feel like endurance is very important. So I feel like the height that I dropped them from was like, it was necessary. Okay, out of the 10 pieces that I dropped, I think there was only 3 that like split open and had the little balls like scatter out everywhere. Okay, so you know, so most of the pieces are surprisingly reinforced. Like they hold up pretty good. How long they'll hold up for, I don't know. Okay, I only dropped them once. Okay, I feel like multiple times everything is splitting out onto the floor, you know. But those were gripes. I got one huge problem with this set, and if you've seen the other videos, you probably know where I'm going with this. It's the sound, man. Now, I don't know if you can see it when I show the container, but on the container in English it says Tambourine Rainbow 5 Stones. And let me tell you something right now, they are not exaggerating with that tambourine part. All right, so with those lounge pieces, that's a shake. That's more of like a maraca sound. These, it's more of a rattle, you know, and it probably has to do with like the luck balls being a little bigger than what they are in the lounge pieces. It probably also has to do with the type of plastic that's used to put these pieces together. All I know is that they're loud. They're louder than normal, and it kind of bothers me. Okay, like there is a thud. I mean, you know, you all know I'm looking for that crackle, that kind of clank sound when I'm playing. It doesn't have that, and even if it did, I probably just can't hear it. And I got really good hearing, so I feel like the rattle really drowns out the thud sound of when the pieces are connected with each other when like grouped up, and that's a problem. Okay, not big enough of a problem to where I don't want to use them. Just that if there's another set that comes around that I find that I like a little better with the sound, like these would go on the shelf. So no, it's not the perfect set, but it's decent nonetheless. Okay, like but the search still continues on. So that brings us to the all in all of things. 5-point scale as usual. I'm going with 3.5 out of 5 stars. You know, the rattling is subjective. You know, y'all might be into it. Me personally, I mean, like obviously I can work through it. You know, like right now, this is like the set that I'm defaulting to until I find something better. But like the rattling sound just ain't for me. Okay, a little too loud. All right. Durability is questionable, and I feel like that's very important in this type of game that we play. So, you know, that's where the half comes from. Everything else is great. Like mainly the size. Love the size of these. Size matters in this case. You know, I like the color scheme. The color scheme is great. I like how they got they're split with that yellow bottom. So like even if you double up on some colors, you still have that off chance of the piece getting flipped over to where the yellow piece is exposed, which that is important to me. I like having my colors distributed. I don't like playing with the same colors of all 5 pieces and stuff like that. It throws me off a little bit. As I said earlier, $10, you know, with the 2-day shipping. And I'm just rounding up to 10. I think on Amazon it's probably like advertised as like $8 after taxes. It probably comes out to about like maybe $8.60 or something. So I just rounded up to 10. But all in all, I still feel like that's a good deal, especially if you are just starting out and you're looking for a set to start with. I do think this is a good starter set. You know, like I said, there's enough in there to where you can play with another person. I mean, you can actually play with multiple people with one set of 5, you know, but like you can play with even more people now with 2 sets. But then, like I said, you could let somebody borrow a set. You know, you got backups for when stuff gets broken or things get lost. And that's the other thing too, is like when they break, you know, going back to the durability thing, when they break, that's a wrap. Okay. Like I've broken a few of these things. I broke the one during play, and then I broke the others in an endurance test. And the thing is that once these things break open and the balls get scattered out, that's it. You know, like in that picture that I show, I think I counted like 8 little like luck balls in there. I don't even know if that's all of them. In fact, no, I know that that's not all of them, because every now and then I find a little luck ball laying around on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So once these things break open, that's a wrap. And that's what goes into the whole like questionable durability thing, is just that you don't want that. You don't want like the pieces like being like you don't want that weight being lopsided. You know what I'm saying? You don't want one piece to have like the perfect balance of weight to it, and then the other piece just, you know, is like little flimsy looking thing, you know, scattering about more than usual and bouncing off of your hand more easily and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we go with 3.5 stars, mainly just because of the size of these things. You can't beat the size, man. We need more pieces with this type of size going forward. Okay. So other than that, that's it, man. That's all I got. All right. Once again, I apologize for the wait. I'm working on some other stuff. The next one should not take as long to come out as this one did. But, you know, once again, man, life and all that, you know, I am an artist, man. I got an Etsy page I gotta run, dog. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take care of the bread and butter first before I start playing around with y'all. You know what I'm saying, man? You know what I'm talking about? So until then, y'all all take it easy, man. Y'all have fun, and I'll see y'all on the next one.